Every week, I have clients tell me that they got a price from GC Services to buy back their driver's license. For those of you who may not know, GC Services is the collection agency for traffic cases in Los Angeles County. Now, if you learn anything from this video, please learn that GC Services does not have the power or authority to give you back your driver's license at any price. In fact, by paying them, you will be creating a larger problem than the one you originally started with. For most people, their situation typically begins with a small problem. Maybe you got caught talking on your cell phone while you were driving. Maybe you got a speeding ticket. Maybe you were stopped for a fix-it ticket for expired registration, or maybe you weren't carrying proof of your auto liability insurance. For the average traffic citation, there is really only one question. What is this going to cost me? Answering this question involves two parts. First, what is this going to cost me now in terms of fines and fees to the court? And two, what is this going to cost me later when my insurance company or employer finds out about it? Now, where things can really take a turn for the worse in your case is if you miss your scheduled court date. Maybe you got too busy with your job to make it down to court that day. Maybe you lost your ticket. Maybe you just forgot about your court date altogether. Perhaps you thought that you didn't have to go down to court once you fixed your registration. Maybe you thought the court was going to send you a nice courtesy notice to let you know about your upcoming court date, which I can promise you they will never do that. Whatever your explanation is, once you miss your scheduled court date, your simple traffic ticket will now erupt into a whole new set of problems. Here's why. First, the fines will immediately increase. The court clerk will assess the maximum fine per offense plus a penalty assessment. Next, they will add a failure to appear charge to your case under Vehicle Code Section 40508 subsection A, which will add additional fines plus a penalty assessment. Next, they will levy a $300 civil assessment fine under Penal Code Section 1214.1, and finally, they will suspend your driver's license under Vehicle Code Section 40509.5. So now your original traffic ticket, which was worth around $200, is worth over $1,000, and you're also receiving a letter from the DMV stating that you can't drive. As if all of this weren't bad enough, you could also potentially have a bench warrant out for your arrest, and that failure to appear charge is charged as a misdemeanor, which could add up to 6 months of county jail time. So if your traffic ticket didn't initially have your attention, it most certainly should now. Now, most people will attempt to solve this entire mess on their own. Unfortunately, it will most likely result in several hours of wasted time searching for answers online, being put on hold on the phone, and spending several hours in line at the courthouse and the DMV. Most people will get so exasperated that by the time they come in contact with the collection agency, they'll be willing to do just about anything to get the problem solved and get their license back, which is exactly what the collection agency is banking on. In my experience, GC Services will not hesitate to tell someone that their only option is to pay the collection amount in full on all outstanding tickets. The truth is, this is the worst thing you could do. As I've stated already, GC Services, or any collection agency for that matter, does not have the power to give you back your driver's license at any price. In most cases, you still have the option to fight the charges if you go about it correctly, and the holds on your driver's license can be lifted almost immediately. Another thing that the collection agency conveniently fails to mention is that if you pay them the ludicrous amount of money they are requesting, they will process your case with a guilty plea to all of your charges. That's right, you heard me correctly. This means that all the charges you were initially cited for, as well as the additional failure to appear charges which were added later on, will all go down as convictions, which will completely wreck your driving record. Here's an example of why it is so damaging to your driving record to pay off GC Services. So let's say you do just that. You pay off the collection agency, misguidedly thinking this is going to solve your problem. So you go to the DMV and you wait an eternity in their lovely waiting room until your number is called. You go up to the window and the DMV clerk looks up your driver's license number, only to inform you that you won't be able to get a driver's license for several months. So why is that? Well, by paying off the collection agency, you effectively enter multiple guilty pleas, resulting in multiple convictions. In California, traffic violations carry 1 or 2 points against your driving record, and too many of those will result in the suspension of your driver's license under California's negligent operator laws. Furthermore, these points will almost always result in a higher insurance bill. So you basically threw away a ton of money and just bought yourself an even larger problem. Here's the good news. If you can afford to retain a lawyer, I can handle all of this for you and help you obtain and keep your California driver's license. I can also help dismiss or reduce the charges that could harm your driving record or your criminal record. A chance at a dismissal, reduction, or traffic school is usually attainable once I appear in front of a judge. Finally, I can help save you money. In almost every case I've handled, the fines are greatly reduced or eliminated. So if GC Services is offering you a price to quote-unquote buy back your license, think twice before you hand over the money. In these types of cases, it is always best to avoid paying the collection agency, and your best bet is to take your case to court. Or better yet, contact me, Los Angeles criminal defense attorney Damian, and I will go for you.